Breaking news, everybody. Zoomer booms her mom with the double chunk walnut shotgun after getting into an argument about whether or not she could smoke the Benjamin. Double chunk walnut shotgun. Now that's big justice. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Insensitive Newsroom. Live from WTMG. Stories with impact.
Oh my God.
And stories with thrill. With your host, Noel Miller. And live correspondent.
Let you know with WTMG News, did you just take a sip out of that man's drink?
Yeah, that was me.
Why did you do that?
It was. And you want to know why? Because you didn't tip. And if you're not going to tip, then I'm going to sip.
This is the Insensitive Newsroom. Folks, that is not satire, but before we get into the rest of it, I want to remind you all, I'm filming my next hour this week in Philadelphia. Buy a ticket, noelmillerlive.com. It's going to be a good time. I can't talk because someone got my latte with oat milk this morning, and yeah, let's just say the driver's seat is a little shaky. Before we get into anything, this vape has a child lock on it, which is sick. You can comfortably leave this around your friends. But the problem is I don't know how to take it off. Yeah, I'll be smoking a little bit later in the bonus. But for now, the Gen Alpha queen that has boomed her mom. How long did she get sentenced to jail for? Let's have a look at this. Oh, this is crazy. All right. Her name is Carly Gregg, and at just 15 years old, she will spend the rest of her life in prison. Holy shit, dude. Life at 15? I guess that's kind of good. So then you can kind of just grow into the system, you know? And do what normal teenagers do. Play card games, smoke cigarettes, eat hot Cheetos. Take those hot Cheetos and learn how to turn them into spaghetti, pancakes. Get innovative.
Never hit the Benjamin again, though.
You said what?
Never hit the Benjamin again, though.
Yeah, you can sneak the Benjamin in. That actually is an interesting thought. Going into jail at 15 is the best time to go. I think your interests are most relatable because you're limited to board games, 1 hour recess breaks, and I mean, I guess she's going in for life. That's crazy. She could have just like cussed out her mom and went missing like the rest of us, but here she had to go and just shoot her. Yeah, Carly Gregg, she legitimately boomed her mom. Which is terrible to put it that way, but she boomed her. Check this out. From the testimony of a friend, he was so worried about Carly's use of smoking marijuana, so worried about her being high, and so worried about her having these burner phones that Carly's mom didn't know about, he felt compelled to tell Carly's mom, Miss Ashley Smiley, that day. That is wild, bro. So to avoid getting grounded, she grounded her mom permanently. Jesus Christ. Apparently her mom searched Carly's room. So Carly's mom searched Carly's room and discovered vape pens just moments before she was shot and killed. Oh my God, dude. It's not that serious. The geek bar addiction is crazy. Don't smoke my vape, Mom. Boom. See, okay, there's two problems here. First of all, snitching. Why? Why are you telling? It's just the Benjamin, bro. You know that kid, that young boy feels terrible. Let this be a lesson, boys. Do not snitch to get out of the friend zone. Don't go telling things to her friends and her family, like, oh, I'm concerned for her. Because now you're forever in the friend zone. Psychiatrist Dr. Andrew Clark testified during the trial that Carly was facing a mental health crisis that day. Yeah. And that her significant mood swings were made worse by her medications as she was hearing voices and having dissociative problems. Oh, so she already had issues. That's unfortunate. Being a white mother is so scary. Okay, and then her mother finds out she's smoking marijuana, for Carly in particular. Okay. I guess Carly cared so much about her mother's approval that being found out for hitting the Benjamin was going to get her in big trouble. Jeez, man. This makes a good argument to just legalize all drugs. I've been getting a lot of perc Rodgers TikToks on my phone. If you're not familiar with Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback, he used to play for the Green Bay Packers. Now he plays for the Jets. And some months ago, people were analyzing this clip.
Yeah, I mean, the pain management, especially with our sport, is fascinating to see how things are treated. And I use quotations on treated because up until probably a decade ago, it was easily accessible to get Oxy, Percocet, Vicodin, whatever you wanted.
Did they make sure you weren't playing on that stuff?
No, you played, definitely. Yeah.
Wow. And what, did you ever play on it?
Yeah.
What did you play on?
Percocet.
The future behind this future being behind this is so good. Percocet. Molly Percocet. So I mean a lot of Perc Rodgers TikToks, and they show these interviews where his eyes are like dinner plates, man. They're so good. Can you pull up, just search on YouTube, Percocet interview, Aaron Rodgers.
After you're trailing 20-0 when you come back, you've played in some big games, Aaron. How do you put this one into words?
Yeah, it's hard to, it is. But it's the Bear-Packer rivalry, so it would have had to take something really catastrophic injury-wise to keep me.
I personally don't know what Percocet feels like, but I feel I kind of get it just from this frame. You can see other people's flashes from their phones in the stands in this guy's eyes. This is the same look I would have if I was staring at an Amtrak train.
I went in the locker room, did all the tests, and then I was in our indoor facility trying to get it loosened up. But I knew once I got back on the field, the adrenaline started going, I'd be able to hang in there.
What was the injury?
My knee.
This is like the worst thing to come out for any anti-drug program. Because they're being like, drugs are bad. And then you have Aaron Rodgers being like, Percocet. That's how I beat the Bears, man. Like, I don't want the NFL to, man, but I just want to, fuck it. Can we bring that up? Aaron Rodgers versus the Bears. I just want to see what's possible. 17-point deficit on one leg. He was definitely on Percocet. Are you kidding me? This is nuts, dude. How did none of us know? I mean, I guess maybe guys that watch the game frequently know. That is crazy, dog. Just thinking about doing this and then that interview. I guess opiate within reason, right? Now I feel like I sound like the people on TikTok who are going, Galaxy gas isn't that bad for you. I found some more of those yesterday. I found a lot of comments going, the propaganda around Galaxy gas is getting absurd at this point. Since we talked about it, that guy's been getting the hammer online. Everybody's in his ass. CoffeeZilla's coming after him. People dug into like the parent company, and I guess the owner, like the company that owns Galaxy Gas also owns a bunch of like weed dispensaries and stuff. So they're doing like direct distro to these weed shops. Which reminds me, we do have a cool car of the week. Now it's terrible, and this is the millennial in me, is that blue bottle. This just makes me think of a Fast and the Furious remake where Paul Walker walks into a vape shop. I need 2 of these, and I need the big ones. They give him 2 giant blue. Oh, man. This is getting pretty bad. I was just going down a rabbit hole on Galaxy Gas users. I found 2 young kids looking into their front-facing camera going, "We're junkies." We're junkies. If you're on the edge, if somehow you listen to this show, I don't think people who listen to this show ever are on the edge about a whippet. I don't think you guys listen to this show and you're like inches from like, man, that strawberry mango looks so good and the rewards points seem really valuable. I don't think that's anyone listening to this show, but on the off chance that is you, please, for the love of God, do not do Galaxy Gas. Do crack. Yeah, Perk Rodgers, bro. It makes you wonder. It makes you wonder how many great things were done on drugs besides music. What the fuck is this? Let this go.
Nate Hackett looks like a wizard. And then there's this.
Right. I should add, I think the thing that might be kicking off this conversation, that's not a pun, but I think it's because Aaron Rodgers was shoving his coach.
Nate Hackett looks like a wizard. And then there's this. I kind of chuckled at this, thinking, boy, McCarthy's probably sitting in his office.
Now I wonder, because people would talk about how Aaron Rodgers had all these conspiracies. There's some former player who talked about Aaron Rodgers approaching him in the locker room going, "What do you think about 9/11?" Like, I don't want to be misrepresenting this, but I believe that happened. And supposedly, like, Aaron Rodgers, it's like the player goes, "Oh, I don't know." And he's like, do you think they did it? Do you think Bush did it? Something like that. But, then he went and then he went and did the ayahuasca thing, and he saw the Hat Man, and he's all crazy, and it might be because of the perks. Hold that thought. We need to take a break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Robinhood. With Robinhood Gold, you don't need a silver spoon to eat up the financial favors of the 1%. Robinhood Gold allows others to get the rates and perks usually reserved for the high society. Now, the resourceful individual with Robinhood Gold can earn the very liberal rate of 4.5% APY on uninvested cash, receive unlimited 1% deposit bonuses, and be rewarded with a handsome 3% retirement boost on an IRA account. Robinhood Gold provides the privileges of a high net worth for any net worth. These generous benefits are now available for only $5 a month. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. Sign up at robinhood.com/gold. Terms apply. For product-specific disclosures, visit robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rate may change. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold, LLC. Can we bring up the white people sweating it out video? Okay. Now, this was going around as though it was people doing ayahuasca, and we'll just let it run. To be fair to this guy, I think this is the same sound I made this weekend. I blew down a joint all by myself. I normally don't do that. I ate a sleeve of Oreos out of excitement. I was hunched over my fucking kitchen just like, oh, shit. Ugh, I feel sick. So I understand maybe what he's feeling at the moment. Yo, that sound. I got to get it again. Oh my God, dude. If you didn't know what this was, it just sounds like a rhino giving birth. What's crazy too is, at this moment, these two people are on an intergalactic journey. They are not here on Earth. Here's another thing. Based on the way they're dressed and who I'm looking at, I can't tell if this is a corporate, alpha male retreat, or if this is just like 5 people in Pittsburgh that they're trying to resuscitate. This guy's just chilling, dude. Does this not sound like Two Girls, One Cup? This is crazy. Yo, the music with the little kid running up. Can you go back 5 seconds? This is like the opening or like the frame on a pamphlet for some like say end world hunger shit, and then in the background it's just a VP of marketing at fucking crypto startup dot whatever just so everyone on Twitter was joking that this was ayahuasca, but in fact, this is not a reaction to ayahuasca, but it is a reaction to a frog venom called kambo, applied by the people of this tribe. I'm not going to butcher that. The people shown in the video were well aware of the effects, and this is exactly what kambo is supposed to do. It is neither hallucinogenic nor causes a high, so what is the point? Okay, yeah, can we look up kambo real quick? Kambo is a poison used as a traditional medicine in purging or cleansing rituals. Oh my... Wait till they sell the poison dart frog kit at Whole Foods, man. That's going to be a new offering at Erewhon. They're going to have a tank full of poison dart frogs, and they're like, take one home and purge your body. This is coming to Venice soon. That is crazy, man. I'm really curious what this window is. Traditional practitioners claim that it aids fertility. So it'll repair the sperm count from all that Mountain Dew you've been drinking. It cleanses the body and the soul, increases strength, so it's a steroid, and brings good luck to hunts. Well, you know we do a lot of that here. Can we get my experience on kambo video? My experience being ugly? No way that was up there. And it's so fucked up.
Oh, I've
seen that guy. Yeah. Yes. He posted this, and then some chick commented underneath it and was like, I think you're cute, and then they got married. Shut up. Yeah.
Damn it, bro. How's this guy doing? Never give up.
He's married to like a really pretty girl now after posting this.
Never give up? Go to his Instagram. Let's see if they're still together. Oh, look at that. Hey, he's about to have a kid. Look at that. Go to baby's gender and life update. This is actually wildly positive.
Today we're just going to be talking about stuff that's been going on lately. And the biggest news is
he's Scandinavian.
Finally know the gender. It's a girl. And her name's going to be Stella. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that is what's going on. There was also a funny story happening with our lights. So...
This is PewDiePie in the upside down. God bless this man. I'm genuinely happy for this guy. And there's no satire in that. It's actually awesome. To think 6 years ago he posted that video. And that is a tough spot to be in when you're like, I'm going to upload this because of the way I look. But it's awesome. Here he is 6 years later. And he's about to be a father. God bless him. All right, let's go with my experience on kambo. We tried kambo, the frog poison cleanse, and aged 50 years. This might have to be the bonus, dude. What the fuck? And this is a Playboy article. Okay. There's only one thing that I personally want to consume that should make me look like that, and that is maybe like Hot Ones sauce. Anything else, I don't want to smoke or take anything that makes me look like this.
At night, the shaman goes into the jungle, and he's learnt to speak to the frog.
He's learned to speak to the frog. Can you believe they're probably charging like 10 grand for these trips? That's how. Does anyone have insight into how much these trips are?
I'll look it up.
It's really crazy to just get dumped by some stranger on Hinge and go, I need to get bit with poison. You have enough. If you go through enough failed matches on Hinge, you're like, I'm going to put poison in my body.
It says the range is 150 to 250 a person.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah. Another thing says 300 for a 2-hour session.
Like it's a spa?
Exactly.
We can do a quick 50-minute poison puke session, or we can have a 2-hour prolonged cleansing. $250 a head? Man, they're just running them through there.
So he actually calls the frog, and the frog answers. And he will either climb up the tree or shake the tree to retrieve the frog. Once he has the frog, he will gently scrape it to remove the toxin. And he'll place it onto a stick.
This is the toxin.
Yeah, this is the dried kambo,
Mhm.
and then this has been wet because we're going to work with this today.
We should do this for a bonus.
I'm Yunj Kim with Playboy. Today, I'm going to take something called the kambo, which is where they burn the poison of an Amazonian tree frog into your skin for its purgative effects.
Oh, fuck, they got to tattoo it into you? No way.
The alternative health industry is approximately $43 billion every year. Now, we can't technically consider kambo as part of the industry because it's not legally defined as a medicine. But there are many people who would say that it does have medicinal benefits.
Look, man,
That's why I'm here in Topanga right now.
if I see someone 50 with dreadlocks in Topanga Canyon going, it's safe, I'm running the other way. I'm running all the way the other way. If you are not from LA or you live in a different place, if someone over 40 is looking at you and goes, I have a life-changing experience for you, follow me into Topanga Canyon, I want you to get in your car and drive straight to the airport and get as far away as you can from that person. Hey everyone, we need to take a break to thank another sponsor of today's episode, ExpressVPN. Going online without ExpressVPN is like getting undressed with your window curtains wide open. I know you like to show off the goods, but it's not always very smart. Even if you have nothing to hide because you got small junk, why give random creeps a chance to invade your little privacy? A VPN is a way to privatize or encrypt your internet browsing, which legally in the US, an ISP is allowed to sell your browsing information to advertisers. ExpressVPN reroutes 100% of your traffic through secure, encrypted servers so your ISP can't see your browsing history. ExpressVPN hides your IP address, making it extremely difficult for third parties to track what you are doing. It's easy to use. Just fire up the app and click one button to get protected, and it works on all devices, phones, laptops, tablets, and more, so you can stay private on the go. Let me give you an example of a time I like to use ExpressVPN. Literally anywhere. Hotels, airport Wi-Fi, any public Wi-Fi, I'm using a VPN. And not just any VPN, ExpressVPN. Protect your online privacy today by visiting expressvpn.com/TMG. That's expressvpn.com/TMG. And you can get an extra 3 months free. expressvpn.com/TMG.
About to take part in a ceremony myself and tell you whether or not I think it is medicinal. Simon, can you tell me about how you came to be a...
You know what I love about these two? Is these people have to go in there and pretend like this isn't the most psycho shit they've ever done. They have to have some reverence for frog poison. Well, it's like dude, this is insane. This is scary. This is like I bet that frog, I wonder how much of it would take to like kill a lion. With the trace amount that they're putting on the popsicle stick, I think there's probably enough in there where it's like, yeah, we could put down an elephant with this. But you know, you can trust a guy who's got a screen printed MLK Gandhi t-shirt from Amazon.
Kambo practitioner.
Sure. I used to run a company and I got very stressed and very sick. And at a certain point, I needed help. So I went down to South America to find that help. And I started to work with traditional medicines. And I gave up working for my old company and wanted just to kind of go on my journey and to really find myself.
I wonder if this guy had a company where he sold it and he's sitting on millions. And so this is just, you know, you get what I'm getting at? Like, is this guy just sitting on a pile of, like a war chest of cash, and he's like, I just want to get high every day?
Have you seen shifts in the number of people coming to you?
Yeah, it's growing very fast. At this time, it's really becoming quite popular.
Where does this popularity come from?
I think people are just spreading, like naturally, the word as they work with it. They feel good. The people notice that they're feeling good. In the same way, if somebody was doing yoga or meditation, people notice and they ask them, well, you know, what are you doing? You look different. You feel different. So it's spreading just organically.
Could you?
Yeah, I've been puking my brains out once a week, and I'm feeling lighter.
Do you consider it a cleanse?
Definitely.
Does it have any other benefits?
Well, the natives talk about it clearing penema, and these are the things that are blocking us. We've convinced ourselves that we are...
You know, there's a little town in Philadelphia where they do this too.
a certain way when we are not. And the kambo kind of recalibrates us back to who we truly are.
Will it leave permanent burn marks?
You can put like calendula or aloe and really take care of it, and generally they fade really well. And if you are like most guys that want the markings, that tattoo.
The combo tattoo.
Yeah.
I could walk away with a tattoo today, technically.
Yes, then you leave.
This just mirrors this guy's eyes, like they're kind of dialed open a little too hard. Can we skip to the part where she ages 50 years? Let's just get to her like taking it. Oh wow, that awful sentence.
My throat feels really dry. There's like a burning in my ears and a burning in my crotch. My face feels numb. Now that I can't really control my facial expressions, feels paralyzed.
You guys are ridiculous. I just want to see if something's gonna happen. Nice hawk tua. Hawk tua. Ayahuasca tua. You guys spit on that trip. Oh damn it! Yeah, she's really going. I just want to be clear, that was not my inspiration for any of our music rollouts.
Is it just me, or do I feel like a frog?
Looking like she got stung by a bee in both eyes. Is it just me?
Is it just me, or
Brother, she is looking through a mask of her own skin.
do I feel like a frog? Like my face feels swollen.
Feels?
That happened to me.
Yeah.
Picture this. You move to LA to become a journalist. You get hired by legacy brand Playboy. You're a risky type. You're like, let me investigate these experimental medicines. You go in some guy's backyard. Eyes like dinner plates. I used to own a tech company. And now I run a program for healing. You're like, cool. I will do this for the job. You get 6 dots of frog poison. You've just puked yellow and green. By the way, just for everyone generally, because I've had this. I've had mucus in a not sticky, like a watery fashion, just fall out of my left nostril. And that is also, it can happen if you have a sinus infection, but it's also very similar to when people lose brain fluid. So imagine yellow is just dropping out of your nose and you're like, this might be brain fluid. And then you're lying in this guy's backyard and he goes, are you cold? I have an extra blanket.
Are my eyes swollen? I start to see now, like a couple seconds before it was like I was squinting so hard, but now it's starting to clear up. Weird that my eyes started tearing up. I think it was the pressure shaking. The weird part was when I tried to talk, my throat was constricting. My body itself feels a lot more cleaner and smoother. I feel like probably because I threw up everything and purged everything out, I feel like my pores are all cleaner, just like pores in my face.
That's why you get blackout drunk, folks, to clear your pores. I'm not making fun of her. You know, I commend her for doing this. I do not have the mental strength. Anyone in this room doing this?
This?
Yeah.
No. Our pledge master didn't have this to haze us with, or else he would have.
What's crazy to me is for $250, I think for like half of that or a quarter, you can get the same experience. You know what I mean? Like I think a bottle of Mad Dog will do the exact same thing to you. Slam that, you'll be like, ugh. And you can get it in green. You'll be puking out that green. Get a Buzzball Biggie. That shit will come back out green. Green or yellow, your choice. You'll be like, I feel really smooth now. I watched the retelling of the Menendez brothers story through the Netflix series The Monsters. And when I say I watched it, I watched 20 minutes of the first episode. Now, if you don't know who the Menendez brothers are, I will get you informed slowly, okay? Let me say this. If I could describe this series in a few words, I would describe it as 2 stepbros kill their parents with shotguns, jack-off instructional. This is a story that, by the way, these guys killed their parents one day after I was born. So I just made it. They were in San Diego like 24 hours prior buying a shotgun to kill their parents. Now, who were their parents and why did they kill them? Their dad, Jose Menendez, was a big like Hollywood financier or exec. I forget which one. It doesn't really matter, but I think he was behind like the first Rambo, and he's just very accomplished in Hollywood. And he was hard on these kids. And initially it was thought that he was just a mean old papa. But the reality is he did some pretty seriously awful things that the boys recalled in court. You can actually watch the court tapes and watch them discuss it in real time. It's pretty visceral. And so a story that's so fucked up, you would trust it in the hands of Ryan Murphy, the guy behind American Horror Story. You would trust him to take your story and give it the good old me and my brother want to fuck each other treatment. Right? When you go through something horrible that you're still currently in prison for, and you're like, man, I would love it if someone told my story in a way where like me and my brother are naked sitting outside of the shower strategizing how we kill our parents. That is one of the beginning scenes in this series. One of the brothers is sitting on the floor in the bathroom, and the other one steps out of, I think, the shower or a closet, and just has a towel in front of his rooster. And he's like, bro, let's kill mom and dad. I will say this about the series. It is on brand in that it is shot well. No, it's crazy. You guys watch it. At first, I thought it was being judgmental. Okay, I thought, am I just sexualizing something where there's no sexualization there? So I went to Reddit, the most sexually progressive place, which it is. They got subreddit for everything. You can put your wife on there in all types of ways. You can honor her in all kinds of ways. Yeah, I thought it was crazy. So I went to Reddit and I started reading the details of these kids' lives because I knew them as people who, I knew them as two guys who killed their parents. That's how I knew them. And even when you go through YouTube, and I was trying to find like an unbiased, just what are the facts? And it's kind of crazy. Go to YouTube right now and search the Menendez brothers explained. And the first result, at least on Apple TV, is nothing short of absurd. Explained. So yeah, look at this cartoon. Don't click on. Look at the fucking thumbnail. All right, now let it play.
On August 18th, 1989, two brothers named Eric and Lyle Menendez walked into a Big Five sporting goods store in San Diego and bought themselves two Mossberg 12-gauge shotguns. These were no ordinary kids. They were what you might call ultra-wealthy Beverly Hills boys. They lived in a stunning palatial mansion in the heart of the playground of the rich and famous. A day after they bought the guns, their parents, Jose and Kitty, chartered a yacht and took the boys shark fishing, which is apparently nothing out of the ordinary for a family swimming in money. What is unusual is the next day the boys entered a room where their father was watching television and unloaded the shotguns on their mother and father.
Psych! This was the early 90s.
Welcome to one of America's most confounding true crime stories. First of all, they did it.
First of all, they did it.
They admitted to it, and that's that.
That's it. Turn the video off. The context does not matter. Dude, look at this. Listen to this line.
They fired the shots, made damn sure both were dead, and then went to a movie to watch Batman.
I just couldn't not appreciate this pragmatic storytelling. Okay. But then, so I get deeper into this video and I realize there's kind of like more nuance to it. So then I start going through different documentaries about these guys, and you can tell, man, I'm not gonna go through it because it's so long, but there's like a independent documentary produced about them, and it so clearly feels like it was put out by the prosecution or something, because the guy framing it was like, these kids apparently had trauma and they only start recalling it on the stand. Just like the shit they talk about is so brutal, and the way this guy in this documentary just kind of poo-poos it, and he's basically not so cleverly going, they made it up. So then I had to eventually land on like some 4-year-old, not a 4-year-old, but a video that was made like 3 or 4 years ago. And it's just a woman talking to camera, just giving the facts. So I finally got my unbiased story about it. So then obviously I go and read further about this series, specifically because apparently one of the brothers was bald. And in the first episode, it recants a scene where the bald brother, his toupee was just ripped the fuck off. And he's got these 2 Space Marine injection sites on the top of his head. And I'm going nuts as the TV show is playing, because I'm like, what are those bolts in his head? And he starts explaining his toupee, and he goes, well, you know, the toupee kind of hooks on. So now I'm going schizophrenic, because now I don't care about any of, and mind you, I'm doing all this research in real time as the show is running after about 20 minutes in. And I stop kind of caring about the facts, and I start caring more about, did they really do like this procedure, and how did they do this procedure in the 80s and the 90s? So I'm really reading deeply into toupees at this period of time. Okay. It gets better. So first, let me just read this. Okay. A cosmetic surgeon may screw gold snaps into the sockets of a patient's head to attach a hairpiece, excuse me. But there are other ways to attach the toupee to the head. So gold snaps, a plastic mold of the patient's head is used to create a hairpiece with human hair sewn in. The snaps are screwed into the sockets after fusing with the bone. Brother, I was losing my mind at this. At being bald in the 90s, and you're like, what can you do? And it's this Frankenstein operation where they go, well, we'll put 2 bolts in your head and you can I'm bald at that point. In context of the show, I guess, I don't know, Jose Menendez thought his kid had a fucked up hairline and drilled these holes into his head and was like, you need a good head of hair, which is also, you know, you wish your dad loved you that much, right? No, JK. That's terrible. That's terrible. So anyway, I got sidetracked about the male pattern baldness and, you know, getting the hooks put into your head. So then I go one layer further, and apparently, there's one guy who kind of pioneered this type of operation. Let me get his name. Yes. Dr. Anthony Pignataro. Can you look this guy up? Pignataro. Pignataro. Okay. Can you add the word diagram? Yeah, go to that first one. Computer enhance. So then while the Menendez brothers, you know, played by whatever actors are on my TV screen, are like naked going, Mommy and Daddy are so mean to us, I've got this on my phone in the foreground, and I'm just losing my my mind over this, that hair loss could be this serious. Then come to find out, the guy who made this killed his wife. Hairy situation. So I don't know. Then Taylor informed me today that Ryan Murphy, the guy who made this show, has the Aaron Hernandez story. So if you watch 20 minutes of The Monsters, just take that. Or if you've watched American Horror Story, and I guess this guy did Dahmer, and I guess Dahmer was kind of like overly sexualized and weird as hell. We know what the Aaron Hernandez story he's going to turn that into. The scene before Aaron Hernandez, you know, goes into the Epstein ladder. I'm willing to bet money that he's going to make the preceding scene Aaron Hernandez and 10 other naked inmates. One of them is going to boof in ecstasy, and they're going to have a sweaty Matrix party-like scene in the showers before Aaron Hernandez takes too much ecstasy and he goes into his cell and he ties up, and he'll probably jack off and die on accident. I think that's the treatment Ryan Murphy will give Aaron Hernandez. Pretty incredible that as a Hollywood producer, you can just like take the most traumatic thing ever and then go, let's make it really uncomfortable. Kind of like right now. Zach is now just telling me that the Menendez Brothers subreddit allows you to pick a side. You get to rep your side like an NFL team. And you can either be pro-defense or pro-prosecution. That is so petty and just so online. Sorry. I feel that's a painfully online and petty thing to do, to be in your early 20s to join a subreddit and go, you know, I don't know anything about these people, and this is something that precedes my generation, but I think they were lying. This is crazy. Oh, the craziest part in all this, how do I forget this? Kim Kardashian paid the boys a visit because one of the brothers put out a statement basically criticizing Ryan Murphy, going, what you did is messed up, and the way the prosecution framed us and the overall context of what happened is gross, and you've set back the conversation about this, and on and on and on. And so Kim K went in there to, I don't know what. The details of it are pretty vague. Do you know?
Yeah, she, because she does like a lot of prison reform.
Yes, I know she does a lot of prison reform stuff.
She went in because I think the one that put out the statement, he's trying to start this program that builds gardens in prisons to make them prettier.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah. So Kim K, I think Kim also has a program beautifying prisons. So I guess she went in there to speak with Eric and, you know, the like, his kin behind bars to maybe chat about, you know, petunias and stuff like that. So, you know, she might not read your tweets, but if you boom your mom, you might get a shot at meeting Kim K. It's terrible. Something else that cracked me up about this is when you read how like brutal the experience is for these guys, and you go to all the like the replies to the Netflix account. It's like, I saw a tweet commenting on one of the episodes saying, "Oh my God, so entertaining. I wonder where the series goes next." Gee, I wonder. Also, what really cracked me up were all the people talking about the actors going, despite the controversy, he absolutely slayed this scene. They have like thousands of likes being like, do not send hate to Cooper Koch. He did such a good job in this scene. Yeah, and then there's another great clip where they're interviewing one of the actors, and he's like, I had to look these guys up. We've got a real party animal for the week. Let's have a look at this.
Found a pad. That's crazy, yo. He just moved, bro. His eyes open. What are you talking about? He's alive, bro.
If you're listening on audio, this is a pigeon, a New York pigeon, in theme, standing over, it's fent folding over a piece of crack rock, which I would expect, from a New York pigeon. Just get this stance real quick.
This shit crazy, yo. This nigga done found a pad.
Get a look at this image if you're watching on video. Some of you, your nose hairs are burning right now. You can smell that Monday morning, can't you? Where you walk into work and you're like, oh, these allergies, man. And your coworkers are like, oh, take some Claritin. I'm good. Yeah. Thankfully, the pigeon was able to share with its friends. That's kind of what I was hoping would happen here, is the pigeon would go and take a dab and then run off to its pals, and then they'd all be swarming the bag. But looks like he's a selfish blower and kept it all to himself. Anyway, AI recipes are kind of shaking up the culinary world because people are upset that AI recipes are deadly. For years, chefs on YouTube, Josh Weissman, and TikTok have staged cook-offs between real and AI recipes where the real chefs often prevail. In 2022, Tasty compared a chocolate cake recipe generated by GPT-3 with one developed by a professional food writer, while the AI recipe baked up fine. The food writer's recipe won in a blind taste test. The tasters preferred the food writer's cake because it had more nuance, not too sweet flavor profile, and a denser moisture crumb compared to the AI cake. This is what I would call a nothing burger. Now, this is stupid because anyone complaining, unless the recipes are like put 3 parts pneumonia in this cake, there's nothing that AI is suggesting that's that deadly. Can we bring up just the average, I have a link here, just the average TikTok food content creator. Let's have a look at this.
You never know what you're gonna find at a cursed corner shop. I walked into this vintage looking shop, and of course I found some vintage looking meats. And to go with it, why not some mushy peas? And for the crunch, I reckon these flaming hot Watsits will do the job. And for the sauce, a cheap tin of baked beans, some steak strips to add some protein. And for my drink, a cheeky iron brew. Oh, just look at all of that, yeah.
Now, this is the shit that Carly's gonna be eating in jail, but never mind that.
Mate, lovely, yeah. But what was I gonna do with all this malarkey? Chip shop mushy peas. It was all going into one. Fuck off, scatty rat.
There's nothing AI that's coming up with that's worse than that. If you can eat this food, I mean, British people are going to be the ones to survive the nuclear fallout. Because this is the stuff he willingly went in. There's a whole shop for this.
The mushy peas came out cold and tin shaped, just like most of my shits after I'm done eating these. Baked beans, classic. But this was only the beginning. The contents of this wrap was about to look like something a fat bloke just vomited outside a Weatherspoon smoking area. I unscrewed the luncheon meat and released it from 1974, and I gave it a little nibble. It's like hot dog. It tasted like those hot dogs you get outside Brixton Station at like 3 in the morning. Flavoursome, but I almost definitely now had chlamydia. That's what I'm going to blame it on now anyway. I added my steak strips for extra protein and wrapped it right up. This is some monstrosity.
Yeah. 1974 meat and a can of baked beans. Sounds like your mother's marriage. As long as Oprah's not there.
I puckered up and slid this on.
Wait, don't time out. No, let's hear that.
And slug into my mouth. With my first bite, I was instantly hit with the crunch of those flaming hot Watsits, neutralized by those creamy beans. I hadn't quite.
This is what you guys look like eating Chipotle.
Reached that block of luncheon meat. But believe me when I say, I was eager for that prize in the middle. It was like,
has a dude ever eaten Chipotle normal? Every guy I've seen eat Chipotle, it's like they're bundling up a Tempur-Pedic pillow. And they're like, oh, fuck yeah. It's like they've never eaten before and they're trying to ram the last of, or maybe it's like they've gone for like 4 or 5 years without eating and they're trying to ram the last remaining food supply on Earth before they put their dog and brother down to begin the cannibalism.
Eating a Kinder Egg if that Kinder Egg was made of a dusty can of mushy peas. And
what's crazy? Yeah, look at this. Look at this. He didn't even really break up the meat. That's just a brick of 1974 canned meat. Jesus Christ. Anyways, let's bring up that other dumb food concoction. I think that motion is like the missionary of ASMR. Just that little... The Balkan breakfast. Can we see if there's any actual example in the article of something actually deadly that AI is cooking up? AI recipes can be dangerous too. Last year, Forbes reported that one AI recipe generator produced a recipe for, quote, aromatic water mix when a Twitter user prompted it to make a recipe with water, bleach, and ammonia. Well, yeah, it did what you told it to do. With AI-generated recipes, casual cooks may risk a lousy meal or a life-threatening situation. If you're so fucking dumb that you're getting an AI recipe and you actually put ammonia in your birthday cake, I mean, you obviously want to go, right? Bit of a nothing story here, but I did just want to highlight that short of chemicals, I don't think there's anything that AI can really beat us with. I think there's a lot that human beings naturally and confidently ingest, including ass particles. A new season of BattleBots aired last week when a robot made the first fucking just play the clip.
Like standoff where multiple shots were fired and one person was injured.
39-year-old Felix De La Rosa was wanted for a parole violation. That's why officers tracked him to the hotel. But when he fired shots, they called in the Lubbock County SWAT team. At one point,
Okay. I'm gonna pull out an old reference because I think it's the best one. Imagine getting chased down by the police and you're expecting, 2 or 3 big guys with questionable aim, and you open the door and what you get instead is Johnny 5 standing out. Now that's an old ass reference. I think maybe a modern reference would be like, I don't know. Don't they have something like this in Rainbow Six? Like you can call this down or like Warzone. Maybe, I don't know. There's nothing really that looks like this, I feel like, in modern gaming or culture. This looks like work equipment. So this thing tear gassed him, busted in a window and threw some tear gas in there, which is, I think this is going to be the ultimate nightmare when they can roll these out. Like, if you live in Santa Monica or on a college campus, you've seen the little 4-wheeler robots, the little Coco robots, where they put a singular boba in there or a cold 3-piece chicken meal from Cane's, and it wheels it to the middle of the campus, and you're walking around there with your phone, like fishing for it. You're like trying to sonar your little Coco delivery thing, and you're like, where the fuck is this mobile fridge? And then you see it, and you start yelling at it, and you're like, fucking open up. And then the Coco's talking back to you like, no hablo. And you're like, God, what the fuck is with all these foreign robot workers coming in? And then it opens up and you get your cold 3-piece chicken meal, and then you scream at it, and then it films you and you go viral, and then it starts this whole conversation of like, do the Coco delivery devices have feelings? Yeah, I think that's the closest thing to this. Now wait till this is your DoorDasher. That's going to be fucking sick. This is not fun. Like this sucks. You commit a petty crime, and then, the Boston Dynamics robot is there, and it's like, we heard you have a mid-ass eighth in your pocket. And you're like, what the fuck? I thought this was Coachella. I thought we were having a good time. Yeah, wait till this is your DoorDasher, and this shit is punching through your door. At least maybe this one won't leave the DoorDash 15 feet from your front door. Now, I kind of like when DoorDashers are petty like that. Leave your shit on the sidewalk. Come get it. Anyway, I guess technically this was the first arrest made by a robot. Look how this thing gets it done. Look at this shit.
Saw and heard him fire at a bomb squad robot. Take a listen. It sprayed tear gas into De La Rosa's hotel.
What's great about this is the dude pulls out like a 22 and he tries to shoot at it. And if you're listening on audio, let me describe this thing to you. It's like picture like one of the, mobile Walmart carts that you kind of question sliding into to take a little trip around the store. It's like that, but made entirely of steel with off-road capabilities and a stabilizing like sort of tractor mechanism at the rear. And it's got a crane on it.
Hotel room. Initially, De La Rosa tried to fight the robot, even throwing sheets that would look like towels at it, but that didn't stop the robot from deploying gas. We watched as De La Rosa crawled out of that window and onto the ground where the robot pinned him until officers...
This thing looks like it eats him, dude. This is what I imagine it looks like if you fall into an escalator. Like, look at the way he gets fucking ate up. Can you back up like 5 seconds? This shit is crazy, bro.
De La Rosa crawled out of that window and onto the ground where the robot...
And it pantsed him.
...pinned him until officers took him...
This is what they're going to do with all the retired battle bots. They're going to put them into military service and start policing people at concerts and other fun events. Well, everyone, that's going to do it for the main episode of the show. You can check out the bonus at tmgstudios.tv. It'll be another hour of riveting issues and things. Coming up in the bonus, you know those mussels you pay extra for and you like to eat, and you're like, these taste like boogers. Well, have you ever wondered how they have sex? Also, I'm going to smoke a little bit of nicotine because apparently I smoke like a millennial, so I got to prove to you all that I've had hookah once or twice. So yeah, check that out, tmgstudios.tv, and if not, we will see you next week. This week on the bonus. The monkey milky's up and everyone's like, jerk it every day. Doesn't that sound like hell? Don't pulse mode on us, bro. That'll probably fucking kill you. Can I see those muscles absolutely unloading? That's yum yum sauce, all right. Watch the full episode by signing up for a membership at tmgstudios.tv.